Okay, all good here. Ahmed, is your streaming okay? Do you need me to do something? Uh, yeah. Okay, all good here. Ahmed, is your streaming okay? Do you need me to do something? Uh, yeah.
Alhajri, you were asking about
Okay,
me?
all good here. Ahmed, is your streaming okay? Do you need me to do something?
Nope, the streaming is perfect. Can you hear me?
Uh, yeah. Yes, I can hear you. I think Sony is in
Alhajri, you
now.
were asking about
Okay,
me?
Can you hear me?
all good here. Ahmed, is your streaming
I can
okay?
hear you.
Yeah,
Do
Ahmed,
you
we can
need
hear
me
you
to do
clearly.
something?
Nope, the streaming is perfect. Can you hear me?
There's a bit of an echo.
Yes, streaming is
Yeah.
fine. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I think Sony is in
Alhajri, you
now.
were asking about
Okay,
me?
all good here. Ahmed, is your streaming
I can
okay?
hear you.
Yeah,
Do
Ahmed,
you
we can
need
hear
me
you
to do
clearly.
something?
Nope, the streaming is perfect. Can you hear me?
There's a bit of an echo.
Yes, streaming is
yeah.
fine. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I think Sony is in
Alhajri,
now.
you were asking about
Okay,
me?
all good here. Ahmed, is your streaming
I can
okay?
hear you.
Yeah,
Do
Ahmed,
you
we can
need
hear
me
you
to do
clearly.
something?
Nope, the streaming is perfect. Can you hear me?
There's a bit of an echo.
Yes, streaming is
yeah.
fine. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I think Sony is in
Alhajri,
now.
you were asking about
Okay,
me?
all good here. Ahmed,
Everyone can hear me
is
now?
your streaming
I can
okay?
hear you.
Yeah,
Do
Ahmed,
you
we can
need
hear
me
you
to do
clearly.
something?
Yes, yes, I can
Yes.
hear you.
Yes,
Nope,
I
the
can hear you just
streaming
fine.
is perfect. Can you hear me?
There's a bit of an echo.
Yes, streaming is
yeah.
fine. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I think Sony is in
Alhajri,
now.
you were asking about
Okay,
me?
all good here. Ahmed,
Everyone can hear me
is
now?
your streaming
I can
okay?
hear you.
Yeah,
Do
Ahmed,
you
we can
need
hear
me
you
to do
clearly.
something?
Okay. Sylvester, I just actually pasted on WhatsApp, our WhatsApp group, the link for the live stream. If you want to also share it on LinkedIn. And we have 1 minute and we will go ahead and start. Thank you so much for your patience. We also can actually go ahead and record the session, I guess. So just in case the streaming was not clear. So if you want to go ahead, I'm not sure Tesco or Sylvester start the recording as well in Teams.
Yeah,
That will be great.
it's done. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And all right. Good evening, everyone. Good afternoon for those who are in the US or North America. And I think it's still evening in Europe as well. Thank you so much for joining us today in our monthly Power Platform Digest. Today we have a special guest with us. It's May Alhajri, and she is from Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. She is working for Microsoft as a client technology lead, and she used to be an MVP as well. Our topic today, it's going to be talking about the Copilot that cause a lot of anxiety for people, and how we can utilize the Copilots creating Power Apps. With this, I will give the floor for May. Thank you so much, May, for joining us today.
Thank you so much, Ahmed and team, for having me today. And I'm really super excited to share with you my experience with Power Apps. So first of all, let me share my presentation,
Perfect.
and please let me know if you are able to see the slides, okay?
Okay.
Just a minute. Are you able to see my
Yes.
screen now?
Yes, we can see your screen. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So
Yeah.
thank Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Ahmed and team, again for having me today. And before we start, let me give you a quick intro about myself, then we will jump to the main topic. My name is Mail Hadri. You can call me Agent 008, and there is a story behind Agent 008. You can watch the story on my YouTube. I'm a client technology lead at Microsoft. I'm from Saudi Arabia, and I have been graduated with computer engineering bachelor degree within Saudi Arabia, and I have 7 years experience within oil and gas industry and technical or technology industry. I started my journey within the community as a power addict on Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Meetup, different sessions, different group, different communities. Then I become as the first Saudi female with the MVP award for business application from Microsoft. So I'm super active on different social media platform. Also, I do have my own community on Meetup, which is sharing is caring group. I build different solution by using Power Platform, different dashboard, different Power Apps. So Power Platform, it's like my baby. So I'm super excited today to share with you the new Copilot and how we can integrate it with Power Apps. So our agenda today, we will go through different areas, starting with Power Apps. What's Power Apps? If you are new, or if you don't have any idea about Power Apps, I will give you an overview about Power Apps. Then we will jump to what's Copilot and how we can use the Copilot within Power Apps. We will do a live demo. We will build the application together today in easiest way by using Microsoft Copilot. And if you have any question, feel free to ask me at any time. So let us start our presentation by, rather than teaching everyone to code, let us turn everyone into a developer with low code. As you know, low code empowers everyone to be a developer, no matter the technology experts that you have. Everyone can use Microsoft Power Platform, Power Apps, Power BI, Power Virtual Agents, Power Automate, Power Pages now to have an impact to their communities and to their careers. So power low code, no code, or the Power Platform, it's for everyone: business users, IT admins, pro developers. Even if you don't have any idea, or even if you don't have any IT background on how to build your application or how to build your own dashboard, it's fine. You can do it easily with Power Platform. So as I mentioned, Power Platform is for everyone. So what's Power Apps? I know everyone here, you know how to use Power Apps, and Power Apps, it's become like a famous product from Microsoft. So let me give you a quick overview about Power Apps. With Microsoft Power Apps, anyone can quickly build and share low-code application. So you can build low-code apps that modernize the process and to solve the challenges that you are facing within your organization. Before joining Microsoft, I was working within a Schlumberger company, and I built several solutions by using low code, no code, which is Power Apps, Power BI, and different products. So we automate the whole challenging that we faced during my work at Schlumberger by using a Power Platform. So with Power Platform or with Power Apps specific, you can leverage the pre-built templates that available there. The powerful things, and this is the really an amazing things with the Power Platform. If you are like new to use a Power Platform, and you don't have any idea how to start to build your first application, and this is what happened to me as a computer engineer. I know how to build, or I know how to code, but to use a new product for me it was something new. So what I did, once you go to the Power Apps or Power BI, there is a different template pre-built for you. You can use it and you can customize it as your need. And once you log into the Power Apps, you can see all these powerful templates. So adding to all these features that are available with Power Apps, as you know, with Power Apps, you can provide your professional developers the tools to extend the application functionality, such as let's assume that they do have a different data sources and they want to add it to their application by using Power Apps. You know, there is a different connectors available within Power Platform, and they can add their data sources easily with Power Apps. So it's not only about Dataverse, it's not only about SharePoint. So you can add different connectors. And at the end, you can build a powerful end-to-end business solution by connecting your Power Application or Power Apps with the entire Microsoft Power Platform, like Office 365, Dynamics 365, Azure, and hundred of the other applications that driven to your organization or to your company, the innovation across your business. So enough talking about Power Apps. Let us jump to the main topic here, which is what's Copilot? What I think someone is trying to move the slide. Just a minute, let me. Okay. So, do you know what's Copilot? You can type on a chat or you can unmute yourself and talk more about the Copilot. Do you have any idea about the Copilot? Let's see the comments here. You can interact and you can share your thoughts about Copilot. Everyone now knows about the Copilot.
Someone said it's AI driven.
Yes. Let me reshare again my presentation. I think someone close it from their side.
It can
Just a
help
minute,
you
team.
write an app, AI helping hand. I like that name, Sylvester. Like ChatGPT. Yes.
Yes, exactly. Like the question here, did you try before to build your application by using a Copilot? Did anyone here try to build the Power Apps?
I did.
Okay, perfect. So you are an expert now. Perfect. Exactly. There is some requirement before building your app with the Copilot, which is I will share it with you later on, but let me share with you now what's Copilot. Microsoft 365 Copilot, it's helped the user to increase their creativity by the power of AI. So they never have to start from scratch. And also, and for sure, it unlocks the productivity by letting the AI to summarize the action. And as you know, now the Copilot, it's available on Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, and Teams, plus in Power Platform, especially in Power Apps. And let me try to share this video with you, and let me know if you are able to hear the voice here within the video, okay?
Microsoft 365 Copilot is
Can you hear the
Yes.
video?
The video
powered by
is
what we call
yeah,
the
audio is
Copilot
coming.
system, a sophisticated processing and orchestration engine. It harnesses the power of three foundational technologies: the Microsoft 365 apps, that's Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, Teams, and more. The Microsoft Graph, that's all your content and context, your emails, files, meetings, chats, and calendar. And a large language model, or LLM, a creative engine capable of parsing and producing human-readable text. All accessible through natural language. It starts with a prompt from you in an app. Copilot pre-processes the prompt through an approach called grounding. Put simply, grounding improves the quality of the prompt, so you get answers that are relevant and actionable. One of the most important parts of grounding is making a call to the Microsoft Graph to retrieve your business content and context. Copilot combines this user data from the graph with other inputs to improve the prompt. It then sends that modified prompt to the LLM. You may be familiar with what an LLM can do based on your experience with ChatGPT or Bing Chat. Copilot takes the response from the LLM and post-processes it. This post-processing includes additional grounding calls to the graph, responsible AI checks, security, compliance and privacy reviews, and command generation. Finally, Copilot sends a response to the user and commands back to the apps. Copilot iteratively processes and orchestrates these sophisticated services to produce a result that feels like magic.
So now let us see the magic with Copilot and PowerApps and how we can build our application by using the Copilot functionality. As I mentioned before, there is some step that or some instructions that you need to follow before starting to build your application. I'm going to share it here in the chat, which is first, if you need to have an environment under the US region. Second, your account or the browser is supposed to be in English language. Plus, you're supposed to have an Microsoft database in your environment. And for sure, you need to have a license for Power Apps. So I'm going to share with you all these steps and all these instructions that you need to follow. And all these actually steps, it's available on Microsoft Documents. If you go to Microsoft Documents for the Copilot, it's available there. But let us do the live demo, then later on, I'm going to share it with you here within the chat. So let me share now my browser and let us build together the application. Let me go now here. Are you able to see the browser now?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So the first step that we need to do here is we need to go to the Power Apps portal. From there, if you follow all the instructions and you have your environment under US region and everything is working fine, you will be able to see under home page this section, which is the AI or the Copilot section, which is here. Here, what you can do, just type any application that you thought that you want to build it by using Power Apps. For example, here, I will ask the Copilot for me to build a ticketing system application, okay? Second step, I need to click here, go. Let us click. So now it's navigate us to another page. And as we can see here, we have the Copilot on the right section. The conversation between me and the Copilot will be here. And in the middle, if the application or the Copilot able to build the application for you, the first step for sure will build the data source for you by using Dataverse. And the powerful things here will give you a suggested columns based on the application name of the application that you provide to the Copilot. For example, here I have the ID, the name, description, the priority assigned to, and so on. And if you can see here, the Copilot give you some sample of data that will help you while you are building your application to see some gallery and the input. The question here, what if I want to remove the data? What if I want to add a column? What if I want to remove a column? What if I want to update my data source from the beginning? What should I do? Here, if you can see here, there is a suggestion box will help you to type a message to your Copilot and ask to do the change. For example, I will ask the Copilot to add a column like for, let's see, I would like to see the display name, or it's already assigned to. I would like to add a column for a barcode, for example. Add barcode like column, and enter, and see the magic now. Copilot's supposed to add the column for me, and based on here we go. So we can see the barcode now. What if I want to remove the column, any columns that you have it within your data? For example, remove the ID column. Let's see what will happen now. And there is some few suggestion here. Will you have it, you can use it. So we don't have the ID. What if I want to remove the data here? So I just need to click or to type remove the data. And as we can see here, the text primary name column is required. So we need to add it back.
Yeah, it's already there. I don't think it will allow you to delete the
Yes,
primary name
but
column.
it's removed from the table that in front of me, and you can see the pop-up message here. So let us add the ID column again. Sorry, add. I think we need to type it right, otherwise we'll not be able maybe to recognize it. Let us wait. And while okay. See, Copilot is smart enough, even if I have some errors or typing errors, will be able to add the column. Here we go.
That's great.
So now, if I want to refresh the data, I can type refresh the data, for example. So you can do all this setting or all the change for your data from here while you are talking to the Copilot. In our example today, we will not only build an app by using Copilot, we will give the functionality to the end user to ask a question within the app. So we will use Copilot in two scenarios. The first one, to build our application, which is we are doing now. Let's assume that the data is fine. We are ready now. What will be the next step? I have the data set. It's already finalized. Nothing to change. The next step, which is, let me refresh the table here. Oh, we need to create an app. Just a minute. There's some change here. Sorry. I think the error that we get it because of we removed the ID. Let me go back and do it very quick. Sorry, team, and let us go. Here we go. Let us do it very quick. Build a ticketing system app. We will not do any change now. Carlos, we know how to do the change for the data verse. From here, we need to chat with the Copilot. We can add, remove, and refresh the data. As a next step, let's assume that the data is ready. Next step you need to do here is create the app. You just need to click on this button, create the app, and the Copilot will create the app for you with the basic page. Everyone knows the basic pages or the basic page that we have it within the PowerApps, which is the browser page. You will be able to see the gallery, the data source as a gallery. You will be able to edit, delete the data, add the data, and so on. So, and this is the powerful things by building your application by using a Copilot or by using your data source. So now we're supposed to have this page with all the functionality, and you can customize it. Let's see that in the future you would like to add some gallery or some forms. You can do it. So here we go. As we can see the gallery with different items. It's similar way on when you build your data or you have your data and you build your application by using the data. But the difference here is rather than building your table or building your data source from scratch, column by column, the Copilot will be able to do it for you. You don't need to go by yourself, add the columns, add the data. I know the data it's not a true data, but you can remove the data and add your own data. Just copy and paste. But the magic here, the data set it's built for you, and the app it's built for you with the basic screen. Second trick or second tip that we will do it here, let's assume that the project is ready, the ticketing system is ready for me. I'm happy with the result. Now I would like to share it with the user, but I would like to add something to the application. Like if the user, they have any questions related to a specific ticket or anything related to the application itself or the data within the application, how we can do this. So to do it by using a Copilot, what we need to do, we will add a new screen, okay? Or you can add it within the main screen, but just to focus on the Copilot here. For example, here I can add a text label, and we can call it like ask me ask me anything, okay? And let me put it in the middle. Just a minute. Here we go. Focus, no. And I would like to have it. Here we go. Okay. For some reason, Anna, I did some mistake. I would like to add it within this one. Okay, here we go. So it was a different that I added outside of the screen itself or the header itself. So from here, I will change the setting. Okay. Now, how can I add the Copilot and connect it to my data source and let the user ask any question they do have? From insert, you can search, you know, here, all this stuff, we call it controls in Power Apps. So I just need to search about Copilot, and here we go. Click on it. And now, as a first step, you need to connect your data. In my application, it's a ticketing system. I just need to click on it. And the powerful things here, let's assume that within my app, I do have some confidential columns that I don't want to share it with the end user. Like if they ask any question about the ID number for the specific ticket or specific user, I don't want to share it with the user. It's confidential. How can I add the setting within the Copilot? As simple as you just need to click on the Copilot and go to the right side or the right menu that you have it here. And there is a section, we call it fields, and click on edit. Here will give you the functionality to remove the columns that if the user asks any question related to a specific column, will not be able to get the answer. For example, or you can add some columns that it's not added already. For example, the owning user, the modified by, for example, created on, and you can remove some columns. For example, I would like to remove like description. I don't want it to see this. I don't want the user to see the description, and so on. Here we go. Let me put it in the middle. Okay, perfect. Now let us try it out. Let's assume now I'm the end user. I'm ready to use the app. I have the ticketing system, but the functionality that I have it here, that I have some question and I would like to see the total of the ticket or any questions related to the project. For example, here, the Copilot will be able to give me a suggestion related to the project. For example, what's the total number of the tickets in the table, which is already Copilot smart enough to detect and put some question to the user to ask related to the project. Like here, what's the total number of the tickets in the table? Of the ticket in the table is 5. Like, what if, let me ask the Copilot different question. How many tickets we have? We get the same answer. Like, I'm the owner for all the tickets on the Dataverse because I'm the one who created. So let's see how many tickets under my name. So there is two tickets under my name within the data source. Like, let me try to see the table itself and let ask any question. For example, here, let me edit the data and see. I would like to ask how many tickets related to, or here we are not able, okay, here we go. I would like to see assigned to, and let's see John, okay? So we're supposed to have two. Okay, let's ask the Copilot how many tickets assigned to John. How many tickets assigned to John? I hope I write his name correctly, and let's see. There are two tickets, which is the right number for the tickets, and so on. So, as you can see here, like how many minutes it took for us to build an app, how many minutes it took for us to build a Copilot to chat with the user. Less than, I think, 15 minutes or 10 minutes. So as you see, Copilot, it's something make your life much easier in terms of building the data source for your application and building the basic app for you. It doesn't mean that the Copilot will build and customize everything for you. No, will save your time rather than spending like let's see that you are building an app for ticketing system and you are spending more than 30 minutes or 1 hour on building the dataverse, the columns. And I know the columns, it will take time to think about what kind of columns that I need to add to my data source, especially if you are working with a complicated business user case. So we spend less than 5 minutes to just build an app and to build our data sources. If you have a data, you just need to copy and paste and add the columns easily by asking the Copilot to do the job for you. And from there, you have the basic page for your Power Apps. And the powerful things, the second thing that I really like with the Copilot, when you build the conversation or the add the functionality to the user to be able to ask the question. So I hope that I make the Copilot easier topic for you, and I hope that you have an access to build your application. What I really suggest for you as a beginner, you go there, try to test it out if you have an access to the Copilot. Try to type any project that you have in your company and you are working on it, and see how many time that you are spending on terms of building this application by using the Copilot, and how many hours or minutes that you are spending to build your data source by yourself. And let's see your feedback about this. So team, do you have any question? I cannot see the screen. Let me go back and just see here if you have any question.
Yeah, Sylvester has a
Yes.
question already.
Yeah, super. I just want to clarify something. Okay,
Mm,
super presentation. Okay, my first question is when we are using Copilot to build something,
mm,
from a developer standpoint, it helps you to do, I think, maybe 30% of your job because by default, the architecture of your or the structure of your app or whatever solution you are building is Copilot will help you put it in place. Does it help to also create the relationship between, let's assume we are using Dataverse, does it
mm,
help to create the relationship between maybe some entities that you might need in your app? So, for example, maybe if you are using
mm,
a person picker and maybe there is some information that is within the customer table that is supposed to be populated in that that field. Does it go all the way to uh, build those relationship by default for you? I hope my question is clear.
Yes, يعني you are asking here if you have a different tables, for example, and you want to build within your app and you want to build a relationship, or the Copilot able to build a relationship between different tables or dataverse that within your application, or the entities within one table, just to get
Exactly,
the
exactly.
okay. Yes, the Copilot will be smart enough to detect the relationship if you have a relationship within the data sources that you have it within your application. Yes.
But May, the question
Mm,
also included,
mm,
can we ask the Copilot to create the relationship for
mm.
us?
Yes, as you can see here at the beginning, you can ask the Copilot, for example, to build a relationship. If you have, like, if you have a different data source, you can ask the Copilot. And if it's like, if the Copilot see the same name of the columns, they will detect the relationship. So it might, yani, you need to change the column name to be able to see the relationship. Similar to Power BI, if you remember, like we have auto detect relationship,
Hmm.
which is if the column they do have the same name, by default will detect the relationship. Yes.
Okay. And
Awesome,
can
awesome.
we ask
Thanks.
the Copilot to create two tables at the same time? Like it.
To be honest with you, I didn't try it
Okay.
before, so let me, it's a good task for me. Let me try it
Okay.
and I will get back to you.
Okay.
But it's
Perfect.
really an interesting
Okay.
question. Yeah. I will try it after this call.
That's great.
Okay.
Eric, our
And
Eric is our senior MVP from this group. Go ahead, Eric. Your mic is mute, Eric, if you're talking. We have also Leta Wellman, Mark Davidson. Yeah, you have a lot of questions coming in your way, May. Be ready.
okay, perfect. So while we are, I'm waiting for the question, I will be sharing all the documents related to the Power Apps and the Copilots. So I will add all the documents from Microsoft here.
That is great. And we can also send these documents maybe after the meeting because we have the email for all those who registered. But yeah,
Ah,
some
okay,
people they didn't actually. I think they just joined through LinkedIn. So it's a good idea also to share it in the chat. So, Leta, you
perfect.
have a question?
Yes. Is the Copilot smart enough for me to say I have table 1 to use as primary lookup data, and I want you to add table 2 in so that the user can say, all right, I'm going to look at table 1 and choose a particular product, and then on table 2, I want to say how many of that product I want. So like a shopping cart type of thing.
Okay, so you have like two lists, and you want to
Yes.
see within, you mean the Copilot that built within your application as an end user, and you want to ask a question related to a different tables, or
Yes.
as a developer? Yes, we'll be able to detect the question and to answer you correctly based on the data source that you have it. But as I mentioned, like if there is any relationship, you need to make sure that the columns they do have the same name to make sure to detect the relationship. Yes.
Okay, so you can't have, for example, product ID in one table and product number in another table. They both need to say either ID or number
Exactly. So
to
they supposed
to
to
create
have
to
as
create
a,
that one-to-one.
exactly.
All right,
Otherwise, like if you have a
perfect.
product ID and ID number, it's supposed to be a different columns for the Copilot. So it will not be a
Gotcha.
relationship. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Leta. Mark, good to see you here, Mark.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hi. Thanks. Yeah. Thank you very much for the demo here, mate.
Thank you.
I was trying to follow along as you were doing this and actually like created something myself. I was just amazed at how easy it is to create something. But I had a really odd experience in that as I was doing it, I said, create this table, and it did. Bang. Wow. Fantastic. And I said, add a column. And it added the column. I said, change the name of the column to another name, and it changed the name. And then all of a sudden my table went away, and it said here's a profile data, and it was like a whole new table again. And then I said, like, what happened to my other table? And like bring up that other table, and it brought it back, but the columns were missing. And so I'm curious your experience about kind of the continuity over time of like it's sort of like it does what I wanted to do, but then it sort of disappears or reverts back to a previous setting or something. So how much can you rely on, or how quickly do you have to get through it to like save something that you're working on so that it doesn't change it
So
back to something else?
So for me, what I'm doing, if I'm getting this error or changing everything like very quick, as you mentioned, you just need to click on create an app if you are sure that your data is perfect. And later on, you can add the new column by going to the dataverse itself or the table that you have it. This is the best way. And it depends. Maybe you type something to the Copilot, like I removed a primary column in our example, and for
Yeah.
some reason my data it's removed everything and I get an error, and without any table, without anything, then we did it from the beginning. So what I really suggest for you, just create an app based on the data that you have it, and from the data first itself, just update the tables there. If you are sure
Okay.
that the columns that if you keep getting the same error, yeah. But
Okay.
hopefully
So it's
someone will work on this bug and they will fix this error. Hopefully, yeah.
okay. So use it as a kickstart, not as a
Yeah,
like to depend on it to build out your whole app. Okay.
That is,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that is correct. And
Okay.
similarly, it's gonna be the Copilot with your Power Automate as well. Uh, uh,
Yes.
as as you said, it's a kickstart. It's something to just get you started, especially for those of us who are new to the technology and they want to start. Also, I think it's still in preview, so obviously there is certain kind of changes might happen. So do not use it, for something that you will use in production, because things might
Yeah.
change. So and the bugs might actually get fixed as well.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Awesome. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, team. I have been posted all the link and for the Power Apps, like an overview about the Copilot in general and how to build the steps that you need to follow. The same thing that I explained today in our session. And as you know, every time we have a new updates, keep your eyes on the documents or Microsoft documents for the Copilot. So whenever we have a new update, they will update the documents there. And try to test it out from your side and enjoy the journey by using the Copilot. It's really a fun journey by building an app very quick and easily by using the Copilot.
Also, may I have a question? And I haven't tested this one, but I just thought about it and I'm probably going to test it after this call. Can we manipulate the data from the application from inside the Canvas app using the Copilot? For example, I asked the Copilot in your case, in your use case today, to create a ticket for me, for example. Uh, if this is something is doable at this time, or it's something might be in the future.
It's really a nice idea. I didn't try it, but I think it will work.
Yeah,
I will try it now. It's
yeah,
really a good idea because if it's yani it's working, it will help the user rather than click on the
yeah.
adding a ticket. They will do it easily.
So
I will
just
try it
yeah,
now. The application it's open for me. I will test it now. I'm
yeah,
curious about it.
sure.
It's a good question. Yeah. Plus, I have been added the control, the second sample that we did it within Power Apps, like how to add the Copilot control within your application. It's already added there. Go there and check the steps.
Does that is sorry, May, is that adding Copilot control? Does that mean you can actually put Copilot into an app that you're creating so that others can use Copilot with your app?
Yes, exactly. So in
Whoa,
our
cool.
example, what we did, we built the ticketing system, and from there I added a control. If you go to the insert control, there is just type Copilot. You can add it there, add your data source, and from there you will be able to customize the fields. Like if you want the user to ask question related to a specific column, not all the columns, you can do it, and the user will be able to ask a question within the app. This is the powerful things for the Copilot control within Power Apps. And you can see the steps already there. I just added within the chat. Any other question, team?
It's not a question. It's actually an observation. I noticed that Copilot is usually going to be when you are creating your initial table. The Copilot is set on the right side of your screen, and I was actually dreaming to be a pilot myself, and I know that the co-pilots usually sit to the right of the pilot. So it looked like it's not just
Yeah.
a random pick for the location, because all of them actually they have all of the Copilot's feature they have it on the right side, which is a normal thing that the Copilot will be to the right side of the pilot. So this is
Yes,
yeah.
totally agreed. Yeah. Okay, team. Any other questions? The session already recorded, so team, you can feel free to watch the demo again. And if you have any question, you can reach me out. I'm gonna add all my social media link there. You can follow me or ask me or send me a direct message there.
Yeah, that will be great.
Perfect. So here we go. So thank you, Ahmed. Thank you, team, for your time today. I really enjoyed by showing a simple sample about how to use or how to build an app within by using a Copilot. Hopefully, the session was informative and everyone gets some benefit behind this demo that I shared today.
Thank you so much, Mai. We really appreciate this, and I think yeah, it's very exciting. As we said, it's something just to make you more efficient, to work faster. It's a co-pilot. You are the pilot as a Power Apps makers. So do not think it's something that replacing you. It's not the pilot. It's the co-pilot. So basically, still a co-pilot needs a pilot. The pilot is the leader of the plane, and the co-pilot is an assistant. So think about it this way, and try to use it, utilize it. And I know it's actually, if you have a developer plan and you are in the US or you have it in the US region, you can actually test it. Initially, it took me sometimes because I think there was a waiting list until it populate for you. It depends on what region in the US, but I think it's available now for you. So again, thank you so much, Mike, for this, and I guess this is gonna be and a really great learning curve for all of us, and we enjoyed this session, and we hope that we see you again in our sessions. And thank you
Sure,
so
sure.
much.
Definitely. Yeah,
Thank you so
yeah.
much. Thank you, team. Thank you. I'm looking
Thank
forward
you so much.
to speak in your group again with different topics for sure. Thank you,
Definitely,
team.
definitely.
Thank
It's
you.
all our pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, team.